Hi y'all, I'm Greg Googirl, and I'm going to be showcasing for you today the UFO 50 Play Forever run. Play Forever is a route that I devised for the meta story. It shows off the main meta story clue chain along with where it leads to. It's pretty spoiler heavy, so it's a lot of fun, kind of showcases stuff that you wouldn't normally find in a normal playthrough. So with that, let's get started with this. So let me pop on over into the actual profile. We got a pre-set up profile with dusted cartridges to make it a little bit faster. Players are allowed to set up their own profile that has all of this kind of setup as is. This is just the most optimal setup I've come up with. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the terminal. We're going to type in the code GregMilk, which you find in the Night Manor, sort of biography information. It spells his name like a code, so you realize you can put it in there as a code. So, when we hit GregMilk for the first time, that's going to be the start of the run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the run as soon as we hit that. So we'll hit in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this is going to lead us straight to Mini and Max. So we're going to type in, well, no, actually, we're not going to. Hold on. That was a little bit of a false start there. I must have mistyped the code. Hold on 1 second. Doing it live. Yeah, so Greg, M-I-L. Okay, so when we hit K, it's going to start. So it's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we're gonna go straight for Mini and Max. We're gonna type in Tiny Buff. It's actually faster than going through the opening cinematic. It also gives us all items, which means we can do a high jump, which saves us a bit of time. I think we're right on top of it. We are, yes. So we got the speed, and we got the high jump. We're gonna go to terminal. It's gonna say turn your skin a shade of blue. We're gonna type in Form Elda. Form Elda. That's going to load us into camouflage. We're going to go to stage 5. Stage 5 is going to let us go and turn our skin blue as fast as possible. So, pop up here. We're going to check the terminal. It says loud enough to wake the neighbors. We're going to type in VIPs only. This breakneck pace will slow down a little bit. It won't be constantly this forever, but yeah. So, one player, we're going to do that scenario. We got 2 of our bad friends show up. An adventure begins where a sandwich is stolen. We're going to quit out of the library. We're going to go to Ninpak. We're going to start one player. We're going to hit terminal. It's going to say, third stinger awaits in the hangar. We're going to type in true blue. True blue is going to load us in a Star Wispier. We're going to select the third hangar. We're going to hit terminal. We're going to go to a column of 3 needs to flee, so that's going to take us to our tactics. One of the largest RNG sections of this game. There are a couple of really bad RNG sections. This one's the worst. We don't want to see any of the enemies stacked up in the same column. Which we got good luck. Awesome. So we're going to do that, and we're going to move that up there. They turn into that thing. We're going to Purple Moon Shines on a Lonely Night. We're going to pop out of here and go to Barbuda, my personal favorite game in the collection. We're going to pop out of here, and then we're going to pop to this next section. That's going to load us up with our last clue for this chain. And we're going to Exec Mias. So, Exec Mias, which stands for Execute Miasma. Miasma is the 51st game. Miasma Tower. We just got ourselves a prototype disc. And we're going to pop up to the top here, and we're going to turn on the power breaker so that we can turn on that LX1 system that is just sitting in the basement. And we're going to pop the disc in. So we're going to play a prototype version of Paint Chase, which is called Color Racer. Basically, it's going to fill in the space behind it with the color that we are. It doesn't have the mechanic that the other one has, where the enemies like undo your color. But it does have some of the prototype elements of what would eventually be Paint Chase. That was a mistake. We're going to try this again. This is one of the reasons why we build in extra time, is because this, in particular, can be very, very difficult to do. It's not the most kind game when it comes to doing stuff. So we're going to just try and fill in as much as we can. Try to minimize how much we go over areas we've already painted. We can get past it with that. We're going to grab this right here. Again, we're going to try and lure them over into this corner. The reason we're doing that is because we want to try and get them out of this middle section. The middle areas are always the hardest, and they're sort of the highest priority. We are going to go up this way, grab that last one, get ourselves a boost, and that should give us enough time to fill in these ones over here. We are a little slower than usual. Do this. There we go. Got it. Alright, so it's going to be in the presence of Seabird Royalty. We're going to type in Blub. Blub. Alright, this is Waldorf's adventure. We are going to try to find a merchant. This is not seeded, so we can't really just, immediately go in and find the thing we're looking for. We just want to see, basically, a guy standing around with some boxes. That's the guy. In the presence of Seabird royalty, to the terminal. Tank travels on teeth. We're going to type in slim tank. It'll let us into warp tank as a slime. Benefit of this is we skip over the intro scene and it drops us directly in the stage we need to be in. And we're going to just sort of do this as you normally would in warp tank. And we're going to just do... Oh, nope. Do this. That. And down that way, and up like that. Up here, over to there. That was not what we're going to do. Down here. And we're going to take out that guy, go down here, cross there, onto the teeth, and terminal. We're going to say, overtime starts with, overtime kicks in with referee in action, so we're going to go out like this, and we're going to go and load up Kick Club. This is the longest 20 seconds of any game in this. I forgot to hit my split. That's not great. It's fine. So we're going to wait for 20 seconds, which is actually more like 40 to 60 seconds. So now would be an excellent time if there were donations. It's really just kind of perfect for that. Excellent little break where we can toss out a couple. Yeah, otherwise it's just me talking over nothing happening. We have to wait for this to expire so we can get the referee to show up. And once the referee shows up, we can just immediately go to the terminal. So, yeah, that's kind of where that's at. There's not much to commentate over for this particular portion of it, but, done enough of these that I'm just going to keep rambling anyway. So, yeah. Basically, the next thing we're going to do after this is go to Rakshasa, but we'll see how that clue comes out in a moment. These tennis balls. I used to kick the ball around in this time, but the problem is if you hit too many of them, it ends the game, and you have to go to the next stage. So Demon, the Bridge Demon will send you to the Spirit World. We're going to quit out of this and go straight to Rakshasa. Rakshasa! There is no faster way to do this. This is just Rakshasa, so... I liken this to being totally not Karnov. It plays very similarly to Karnov, if you've ever played that game, and I feel bad if you have. And it is one of the legendary pieces of Kusoge. And yeah, so we're just gonna go through here, we're gonna snipe things that pop up. We don't actually need to kill most of these things. It's just when they get close to actually touching us that we have a problem. We're gonna have to kill these things right here. And we're gonna go intentionally get hit by the demon. And once we turn color and enter the spirit world, we get a terminal. It says, eyes roll in the skeleton cave. We're gonna go and we're gonna do Mooncat. So Mooncat. Mooncat controls interestingly. We'll put it that way. Okay, there we go. Mooncat is done in that the controls on one side of the controller move you one direction, and the controls on the other side of the controller move you a different direction. So if it's on the right side of the controller, it moves you right. If it's on the left side of the controller, it moves you left. I am not great at this. I am okay at Mooncat. It's kind of hard to get really good at Mooncat. Obviously, well, if this is done the way that we expect it to, where it's going to be a block of UFO 50 things, it's kind of what we want to have happen. It'll most likely be that we've got someone doing Mooncat, who will absolutely just crush my abysmal movement. But we're going to go and avoid these things. We are... Actually, this went really well. Mooncat is typically the worst part of this for me. I'm just not great at this game. But we are actually almost done with it. So as soon as that eye appears, we go to terminal. When words stated but untranslated, we're going to type in Trotters. Right, Trotters is going to load us into Planet Zoldath. We're going to select Seed for Planet 3. We're going to go straight down and talk to the Scorpions. These Scorpions do not speak our language. When their untranslated language is on screen, we can go to the terminal and get another clue. And High Toll is the clue. So we're going to go type that in, very clearly a code. That's going to put us in a closet a floor above, an area we couldn't access previously. Open that up. we're going to walk past this this janitorial guy or mover guy, whatever he is, who's clearly upset. He fell and knocked over some stuff. You try and see if he's okay, but when you leave and come back, he's got his keys. So we're gonna take his keys. We're gonna use those keys to access something in the basement. It's still out whether or not it's faster to just take the elevator or take the stairs. So in this case, we're gonna take the elevator. They're roughly about the same, so it doesn't really matter, but there's a hidden stairwell. Honestly, I think it might be faster to just take the elevator. But we're going to do that, and we're going to walk over to this locked dumpster over here. This locked dumpster contains an LX2 system. It's another relic of the past, so we're going to open that up, take out the LX2, pick it up. It's in our inventory. We're going to type hide hole again. Because why walk back when we can just teleport? If I could type, that would be really good. Alright, so we're gonna pop out of here. Hi, Chun. Chun is one of the game directors. He's just kind of hanging out in the closet. Little exasperated, not feeling great about some of the stuff that's happened. So, we're doing pretty okay. We didn't get hit with the RNG bat yet. There's 2 other places where the RNG bat might take some time from us. Little bits here, like the movement of these characters, is just completely random. So, we're gonna go and talk to you, and you're gonna say talk to the other engineer about the LX2 system. So we're gonna do that. These are the 2 hardware folks. They're the ones that are making all of the LX systems, all of the, eventually, sort of the play forever kind of concept. Our, UFO 50 console, as it were. They take the LX2 and like, we haven't seen one of these in a while. But we have a prototype disc that should work in it if you want to grab that from the cabinet. So we grab it from the cabinet. They want to test to see if it works. This is the best way to test it. So they plug it into the workbench, and we're going to plug this fun little test disc in. And this is called Hover Test Game, which is Campanella. It plays exactly like Campanella. In that it has the same kind of floaty hover mechanic. These prototype games are actually deceptively difficult. At least this one is. Godblood, on the other hand, not so much, but that's one we'll see in a few moments. We're going to bypass that challenge and pop over here. There we go. That is our hover, and out of the mouths of cave children, we're going to type in VIP Pass. No, we're going to type in Rock Pass, or Club Pass. Club Pass. Combine 2 codes in my head. This is going to take us to Rock On. We're going to go into this first village here, and we're going to talk to a baby. Little babu down here in the corner. Talk to baby. Open terminal. When Wolf faces the angel, we're going to quit out of here, and we're going to go to Hyper Contender. Oh, that was my own fault. Wrong thing. Hyper Contender. Okay, so we're going to load up as Wreck, and we're going to try and fight Sephi. This is our next RNG bat. Did not get it. We're going to go and try and do this one more time. And I said one more time, it might be... We don't know how long this is going to take. It is a true bit of RNG. So it's going to pick one of those characters. We could also pick Sephi, but Wreck is just earlier in the list, so... Got Sephi, cool. There we go. Terminal. And this is a Toad step beside the cannon. We're going to type in full rant. Full... R-A-N-D. It's gonna load a full random version of Devilition. We got a frog right away. That's good. So we got one of our pieces right away. We need to put a cannon next to a frog. So we're just gonna burn through pieces until we get what we need. There's our cannon. It's next to the frog. Terminal. Your head and hands of the mayor's race. We're gonna type in Hellfist. Hellfist is going to load up Fist Hell. We're gonna select the second character because I want to. We don't have to. Just select any character. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna run over here. We're gonna kick this zombie. Jump and kick that zombie. We want to break off a head, and we want to pick up that head. And we want to pick up that head and hold it, and we want to go to the terminal. Crescent surrounds the hole, so we're gonna do 4, as in like yelling 4 at a golf course. Nope, ever. It's gonna let us putt around forever in Golfaria. I made the mistake at one point of saying I was good at Golfaria, so I'm just not gonna do that this time. We got a pretty good pace going on. So we're gonna try and get over here, get it in 1. We didn't get it in 1, we got it in 2, it's fine. So, same thing, gonna launch ourselves over here. We're gonna give ourselves just like a medium medium strength hit. And that puts us directly in the crescent, so, should we hit the space station in 3 out of 4? We're gonna type in Mega Bell. That's gonna load us into Campanella 2. We want to collect 6 of the stars that are floating around in this station. So, get in here. We got 2 right here. Actually, we got a bunch right here. That's pretty dang awesome. So, gonna go take care of those. We have all of the upgrades, or at least most of the ones that are important for this. So, the ones that are gonna keep us alive. We got our 3 out of 5 stars, and we're gonna type in Soap Stop. Soap. S-T-O-P. That's going to load us into Miasma Tower again, this time in the bathroom. And we're going to walk straight across. Now we've got a bit of time doing some stuff in Miasma Tower. So this would be... Well, I'll just explain what we're going to do, and then this would be a great time again for donations. So we're going to go talk to Chun. Chun's going to tell us that we need to get music for Street Surfer. Street Surfer, Skate Surfer, Surfer Skater, I can't remember what it's called. But we're going to get the music for that. But to do that, we gotta talk to Joy. Joy's gonna ask us for a wallet. We're gonna go get her wallet, bring it back. She's gonna open the music room, and we'll continue from there. But yeah, so we got a bunch of walking to do. Now would be a great time to just go for a whole bunch of donations. Alright, so assuming donations are being read, this is a lot of walking. I completely understand that walking is going to be the main part of this portion of the game. It's really supposed to be you figuring out where to go and what to do. So we're going to talk to Joy, and Joy's going to ask us for her wallet. She's destroyed her office looking for it, so... we're going to type in hide hole again. Teleporting. Teleport our butts down to the bottom section. Go back to hardware, because that's where the wallet is. And we're making a really decent pace for this run. It's gonna be probably about, like, I'd say 3 minutes of this. Walking around, doing stuff, checking things out. Obviously we can pick up for donations for a bit, or we can also just swap over. I mean, if we're on a stage where there's a lot of donations coming in, this would just be a great time to just go straight for it. We're gonna type in, again, Soap Stop. That's gonna take us straight back to where we were previously. We're gonna go through here, we're gonna talk to Joy and give her her wallet. From there, we're gonna run into the music room. Joy and Petter Thorson are the 2 people that do most of the music for most of the games. Petter Thorson was the original member of the company when they split off from their parent company, or from the original company, LX Systems, to make, their company for making games. Joy, take your wallet. There we go. So Petter Thorson made Barbuda, he made Mooncat, he made Divers. So all of the weirdest games in the collection are Petter Thorson's. And he and Joy do, like I said, all of the music for it. Thorson was also involved in making a lot of stuff for Campanella 3, which you eventually find out also leads to a series of micro games existing within that. I figure that could also be a possible incentive to go through and do all of the micro games. It doesn't take long to burn through all of them and explain what the mechanics are of them. They're really, really, really short. So I think kind of like a WarioWare thing, but maybe a little bit longer with a scoring element to it. They're all hidden in Campanella 3 as a second thing you have to do with a 2-player controller, which is kind of awesome. Alright, so we got the music. We're gonna go give that to Jordan. And that's gonna cause our big boss man guy to show up, Ian Spitzer. Ian Spitzer's kind of mean. We don't like Ian Spitzer. We think he's done some horrible things. But he's mad at Greg right now, because Greg is supposed to be working on UFO 50, and why is he milling about the office? Why is he talking to people? He should be getting a list right now of all the stuff he still needs to do for the project, because that's what Nomura wants. Tao Nomura. So we're going to do the tried and true office thing of stealing a pen from one of our coworkers. So we took it from our coworker there. We're going to pop down this way into Greg's cube. He's got a stack of paper. We're going to fill out a handwritten list of stuff we need to do, because this is 1989. There was no inter-office email kind of stuff going on. It was just like, do your development work, write stuff down, we're going to walk over to our boss's office, who's on the exact opposite side of this floor, and we're going to give Ian the list. Ian's going to go talk to Tao, and he's going to bugger off. Now, the reason we had to do this whole convoluted chain of collections was because the cube that's across from Ian is that of a former employee named Chiffon Bola. Now, Chiffon, before she left, or, well, before she was no longer part of the company, we'll say, was making a game called Godblood. Godblood is really, really cool. It's a really awesome concept for a game. It just never panned out because it was just too complicated to build. Chiffon never was able to complete it, and the game never got made. But this is the only existing prototype of the game. It's really short. It's just one combat test and like a small area to walk around. So we're going to try and do that as quickly as humanly possible. Now we're going to put that into the LX3 system here and load it up. This is the easiest of those prototype games. We are just going to punch this guy. And we're going to beat up his friend here. There we go. That's it. And that's going to listen to our next section, which is a 90 remains, a sharpshooter takes the reins. We're going to quit out of here, and we're going to go to Mortal 2. We're going to load up Mortal 2. We're going to go into the first section here, and we're going to select we'll select the warrior the first time, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We're going to select sharpshooter, and we want to select sharpshooter when there's 90 lives remaining. So it doesn't really matter what we pick until we get to 90, but 90 has to be the gunner. So ideally, we're just going to hold right and mash the button to start up as fast as possible. Tiniest bit of speed tech. And it's not even real speed tech, it's literally just mash the button and move. Alright, it's going to say 90, and we're going to go to terminal. It's going to say, a polite clapping greets the Red Ball's arrival. We're going to quit out of here, and we're going to go to pin golf. Alright, in pin golf, we're going to select the red golfer, and you all are going to see me be terrible at pin golf. So we're going to just try and go as far as we can. We got launched back a bit of a ways, but that's fine. This isn't about doing this as fast as possible, it's about doing this as accurately as possible. And I'm not doing either of those things. It's fine. Pin golf is one of those games that I'm just really not great at. I'm sure there are people who are much, much better at this game. There we go. We've dunked. Go to terminal. Take a seat at Sheriff's table. We're going to type in Wolfpack. W-O-L-F-P-A-C. It's going to let us into Grimstone. From Grimstone, we're going to leave the church that we're currently in. It's all 4 dogs. Normally in the game, you can select 1 dog as a player, but there's usually a whole cast of characters. This is a gigantic RPG in the middle of this pack. It's like a 15 to 20 hour RPG. Alright, so we're going to terminal. Stand atop the gate where the worms congregate. We're going to quit out of here. We're going to go to Block Koala. This is a little cheese that I found. You can go into the custom section. Normally, you gotta beat the first stage to do this, but we're going to push this down. And we're going to stand on top of this gate here, and it's going to still trigger it anyway. So, a pleasant day in the park for a park. So we're going to quit out of here and go to Onion Delivery. This was Chiffon Bola's first game, and it is supposed to be semi-autobiographical. As weird as it can be with aliens and all that, and delivering onions to nowhere. We're going to stop, terminal, and then attempt to steal still standing on a wheel. We're going to go quit out of here. We're going to go to Rail Heist. Yeah, we are on excellent pace right now. So, we are going to go through this. Pick the first one. Punch, nope. Punch, punch, punch. Drop down. And terminal, and we're going to type in, what is Leap Day? 1988. We are now in a section that is normally closed off from the other sections of Miasma Tower. This is the games room, which leads up to the executive suites, where Tao Nomura and his brother are, just kind of there, doing their thing. We'll get a chance to see what Tao Nomura looks like. He's supposed to be a reflection of how Greg sees Tao. There's a lot of iconography throughout the game's history of, like, that kind of symbol, which is supposed to be a grasshopper leg. Tao is very big on certain philosophies, the idea that eventually work will end and play will be the only thing that's important. So he wants to create a utopian society where people don't have to work, they just play all day. And I mean, it's this sort of admirable idea, but he has no way of making it happen. He just wants to make sure he's the one that does it. So that's Tao. Tao's kind of a jerk. We're gonna talk to a friend of ours over here. And yeah, they're someone from our past that we should have stuck around with, but we didn't confront who we were supposed to confront together. So yeah, that's a manifestation of Greg's pending guilt. We're gonna pop up this way and out the door, and we will be on the rooftop. We've passed the Forever Hallway, which is part of where this run gets its name from, and we're gonna go off into the sunset. Greg is tired of everything. He's gonna board this helicopter, leave, and never look back. So time is gonna pop up as soon as we see an experience by Gregory Milk show up on screen, which is gonna happen after this helicopter goes off screen. And this is definitely a world record for the current run. There aren't a lot of runners for it, so it's not super surprising. I also did route it, so it's not, again, not super surprising, but we saved a bunch of time with a few routing improvements. So, yeah, we are just about 2 minutes shy of where we previously were, so 24:52, that's not bad at all. I'm gonna take this recording, submit it to SRC. But yeah, this is, yeah, one of the more interesting runs I've come up with. I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch it. It's, yeah, UFO 50 is kind of near and dear to my heart. It was a game that it's so much more than the sum of its components, and I really, really hope I get the opportunity to show this off at a marathon, in any kind of marathon setting. So thank you so much for your consideration. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, y'all.